Hey guys, I'm Simsley and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, I'm glad you're back, and if you're new here, welcome in. We are going to be building a family home in Willow Creek. This home has 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and there's also like a creative space. It's kind of like a sunroom off the living room downstairs, and I hope that you will like it. I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. The exterior of the home comes together kind of easily. The floor plan I struggled with and I redid 6 times. But eventually it came together and I'm happy with the way it turned out. The bedrooms are all a good size and I think it's the perfect family home. I painted the exterior of this house pink. I had seen a photo of a house on Pinterest and it was pink siding and it just, I don't know what it was. It looked so cute and cozy that it inspired me. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the picture. I've been looking for it all morning. I can't find it. But it was just the siding that inspired me to create this house. And so, yeah, you can watch it come together and hopefully you will enjoy it. It is on the gallery. It's actually on the gallery as Suburban Country because in the backyard I did add, there's like chicken coops and then there's like a little play area as well as a seating area with a barbecue and a few other things. There's a big garden area, and I think that it's very country right in the heart of town. And that was kind of my thinking, was that maybe these people either are dreaming of living in the country, like they want to move to Henford-on-Bagley, but they haven't done so yet, or they moved here from Henford-Bagley, and so they still have a bit of country, but they're in the suburbs. And I thought it was kind of cute to think of. Not sure that it's really plausible. Like, I don't think you'd be allowed to have chickens living in the suburbs. I know where I live, you're not allowed. You can get permits to, like, have them, I guess, but you're not really allowed to just raise livestock in your yard, which is a shame, because I would love to have farm animals in my backyard. And I have, like, a pretty big backyard, so I probably could have, like, a farm animal, but you're not allowed. So we don't do that, but it would be kind of cool. Chickens, I think, would be really cool because, you know, then you have eggs all the time. Granted, knowing me, I wouldn't eat the eggs. I'd feel so bad that I wouldn't eat them. I would just love the chickens and the eggs, and it would be a big waste. But it would be neat to think of. I know they're just eggs, and like without a rooster, they're not turning into chickens. But, you know, the thought of it would just make me sad, and I'd probably end up getting a rooster, would drive my neighbors nuts, and then I'd have to move, and that would be very sad. So I'm not going to do that. But I thought for this build, it would be kind of cool to live in Willow Creek and have some chickens so that you always had fresh eggs and you didn't really have to worry, I guess. That was kind of my way of thinking anyway. But yeah, so you saw there the kitchen came together really quick. Like it just wraps around. It's super cute. And it kind of became the theme of the color scheme in this house. It was very like pink and beige and light and bright, and this entire house turned out like light, bright, and airy, and I'm really happy with that. I am so bad at cohesive color plans, like color schemes. I start with this idea that I want it to be a certain way, and then once I get to the bedrooms, it all goes out the window. I don't know what happens. The bedrooms, I think because in my mind, the bedrooms in a house don't really matter. They should match each person's personality. They don't have to really match the house. Other builders I see, their entire house is just so cohesive. Mine is not. At all. Kind of like my life. It's a little bit of chaos. But, yeah, they're never the same. The bedrooms are always like bright, fun colors. This I tried to keep them a little bit muted. Like it's a little better than normal. I had started out the bedroom upstairs. I had done one of them like bright purple. Then I like looked from above, like a top-down view, and it was like, this bedroom is just too much. It's just too much. So I ended up switching it to a lighter shade, and it worked a little better. But like when I started this, my whole thought was it's going to be like beiges and pinks and really feminine kind of. But yeah, it didn't really work out that way. Like it kind of did, but not really. I don't know. I just build. Honestly, I get in the zone and then I just go and I forget what my original thought was and I get carried away. But hopefully it turns out okay. I think this one's, it's a lot more cohesive than normal, but it's still a little off. That's alright. That's alright. It's realistic, right? The way I figure it is like a teen or like a kid in their bedroom, they're not going to have beige walls to match the living room. It's just not going to happen. They're going to have pink or purple or blue or yellow or something fun, right? And so that's kind of what I did. You see there, I switched out the door. Originally I'd started with like that big door with windows, but it didn't look right, so I did switch it to a smaller door. I'm going to put a bench on the front porch. And I've actually used overhead lights on the porches. Not sure how I feel about that, because like when you're on the porch, I didn't notice until this morning. If you look up, it's like floating in nowhere because I forgot to put a ceiling on the roof. And normally I will have the walls down and I'll just add like you know when you go to build a deck? I'll add that as a ceiling, but I forgot to do that, so it's kind of floating, but it's okay. Just don't look up the ceiling when you walk in the front door, and you'll be fine. I did put a little driveway here. It just seemed fitting, and there is kind of a pathway to the road. I know we don't have cars, but I did put a car in the driveway. It's just debug, and I also put a basketball net. There's a lot of stuff for you to do. So you're going to see in the bedroom upstairs, one of the bedrooms has bunk beds. I was imagining that like maybe twins live in that room. And then the other room has like just a single bed. I was going to put a toddler bed, but I ended up just putting a single bed. You could switch it to a toddler bed. So I imagine that maybe it's a teen and then two kids, or two teens and a kid. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I was thinking. But I did put, there's the basketball net out front, and then there's also like the monkey bars in the backyard. So there are things for kids to do in this build. And then you have the chicken coops back there, and you're going to have a big garden. So there is quite a few skill building items, because inside in like the little creative space that is off the living room, there is an easel. There's also a guitar, I think. Yeah, and then just a little couch and a bookcase and stuff. But I think that there's enough for your Sims to do that you can easily get your skills up, and that seemed like a good idea. For a family home, I assume that that's what you would want. You'll see here I'm just kind of doing the landscaping around the house. It takes me a few minutes, but it's not anything, it's not overly beautiful per se. It's just landscaping. It's a couple of plants, some flowers, you know. It's landscaping. What can I say? I'm not very good at landscaping. I kind of get carried away, especially once I get in debug. Oh my goodness. I have been trying to stick to a theme, so like picking out 3 or 4 plants and going with that. It doesn't work. Again, I get carried away. I find other things or something catches my eye and yeah, it's over. But I think this one is better than most. Normally I have like 700 different kinds of plants. This one is, I think there's like 4 or 5 of the same thing over and over. And so it's a little bit better. I know what I have to do. I just don't do it because I just get carried away. Up the side here, I put these like flower pots. They're debug, and I love the way that that looks. But yeah, we're going to move in. We're going to do a dining room, and then we move on to the living room. And these parts of the house stay cohesive. Like they're all, oh, I'm sorry, we're doing the back porch first. I lied. The back porch has a table and a barbecue. But in the house, like the dining room and living room and kitchen are all very cohesive. They're like beiges and light colors and bright and airy. But the rest of the house, yeah, it doesn't follow that same scheme as much. It's still relatively muted, but it's not as muted as I had originally planned, if that makes sense. I don't show cluttering up the kitchen, but I do end up adding clutter. Like I do show putting I put some utensils on the countertop, and I add like a dish rack and stuff. I think I show that. I show the aprons. I just put them on the wall here, and I think that's about it. I don't show very much, but there is some clutter on the counters that you don't see here. But yeah, we're going to move on, like I said, to the dining room. And the dining room, I think it's cozy. It's cute. It's got like a little hutch and a table and some chairs, which you'll see. It all kind of goes awry when I go to the creativity space. And so I add like the keyboard piano thing in there and everything. Oh my god, it just kind of gets out of hand. You will see that as well. But I'm happy with the color scheme. I had originally, between the kitchen and living room here, I had wanted to put like a custom fireplace. And I did originally. You don't see it, I cut it out. But I'd put like a custom fireplace, but that like allowed you to see through from the dining room to the living room. It just looked too modern. it was too modern for this house, and so I ended up getting rid of it, and I just put 2 fireplaces, one on either side. So there's one in the dining room and one in the living room, which you're going to see any second. Right now. I had liked the custom fireplace. I'll have to do it in a different house, because it just did not work in this one. But it would have been cool, I guess, to kind of be able to see, but I wouldn't have been able to have the TV here, and honestly, living rooms are the hardest thing for me. I don't know why. I never know where to put the furniture, how to lay things out, and so I kind of struggle with living rooms. That's why I always start in the kitchen. I always do the kitchen first, or I'll do a bathroom, because then it gets me in the mood. But I find with living rooms, I never know where to put things. It's kind of the same with my living room in real life. I'm constantly moving my furniture around because I have a very awkward shaped living room. And it's like very open to the dining room, so there's no wall to like put the TV on if you wanted. It's hard. And so it's kind of the same thing. But yeah, I do struggle. This one, I think it turned out pretty well. I kind of turned it into 2 separate spaces, and so I've got like the couch and chair facing the fireplace, where eventually I end up putting a TV above the fireplace. I don't think I show it. But there is a TV above the fireplace, and then the other side of it, I've just got like a table and a bookcase. So it's like 2 little separate spaces, and I think that works really well. Oh my god, can you hear? I'm so stuffed up. I've got a cold, and I keep sneezing, so I keep pausing to sneeze and cough. And it's driving me nuts, but that's fine. We're going to add curtains, and then, yeah, next we're going to move on to that, we do the front hallway, but I don't think I show that. We move on to the little, like, creative space, and like I said, there's a keyboard in there, as well as there's actually a couch in there. And the bookcase and stuff, so, yeah, I don't know, I really got not much more to say. We're going to go upstairs to the bedrooms after that, and you'll watch them come together. I'm really happy, like I said, with the way this turned out. It is on the gallery as Suburban Country. If you had wanted to get it, there will be a link and information in the description below. I don't have much to say, so I'm going to go. I'm going to play you music. You can watch the rest of this if you want. There will be screenshots at the end where you'll see all the little details. And yeah, that'll be about it. I will play you some music and let you enjoy the rest of this build, because I literally have nothing to say. I have no idea. So have yourself a spectacular day. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
I was the girl all alone in the corner, drinking by herself on a Saturday night. You were the guy with your friends at the doorway, pretending that you had the time of your life. Had we met before, instant chemistry, I was so glad you came. Had we met before, laughing instantly, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me. time. But if you're up for drinks and a good crowd, raise your glass to the sky. Let's toast to that. All these people can stare. I don't care about that. This is my pity party. I'm gonna cry all night and I'll flip the bird at the guys. I don't need nobody. This is my pity party. I'll do just what I want, yeah. I'll dance on top of the bar. I won't come down on it. I'll just do what I want. This is my pity party, pity party. If my highs are highs, my lows are low, need to blow off some steam to get back up. I'm not someone you should cheat on, 'cause when I come back strong. Raise your glass to the sky. Let's toast to that. All these people can stare. I don't care about that. This is my pity party. I'm gonna cry all night and I'll flip the bird at the guys. I don't need nobody. This is my pity party. I'll do just what I want, yeah. I'll dance on top of the bar. I won't come down on it. Yeah, I'll just do what I want. This is my pity party, pity party. I'm gonna drink all night and then I'm gonna let the tears fall down. I'm gonna dance all night, yeah. I'm gonna let it all out. I'm gonna drink all night and then I'm gonna let the tears fall down. I'm gonna let it all out. This is my pity party. I'm gonna cry all night and I'll flip the bird at the guys. I don't need nobody. This is my pity party. I'll do just what I want, yeah. I'll dance on top of the bar. I won't come down on it. Yeah, I'll just do what I want. This is my pity party, pity party. It's kind of bittersweet. Never thought I'd come back. It's been a while since I packed up my things and left. I recall it still in my beat up truck. I didn't look back, didn't give up. I got my first real kiss behind the coffee shop.